What's going on, YouTube? We're back here for another video, and today, well, we've got a bit of a special day because we won. I can't believe it. This is one of those moments that you just feel like you never get the chance to see, or you think you're just in a losing fight the entire time. Because I'll tell you right now, the entire weekend after that Thursday where they announced this, it was just doom and gloom. I didn't even know how to even put together a video about anything about this because I just didn't know what was going to happen. I'd been holding back up this for quite a while because I just didn't want to be another person just basically raining on everybody's day. But today we've got nothing but good news, as we've got the steps in the right direction, as Sony has made an official statement that we're no longer going to need to have to link a PSN account to our Steam account in order to play this game, which is fantastic. And this is going to be even more beneficial for the simple fact of the worst aspect of this for me was those people that ended up not being able to have the opportunity to even create an account to continue playing the game that they'd more than likely grown to enjoy and wanted to continue enjoying. I've never been in a situation like that where I'm basically told my options are to basically refund or use a VPN to possibly later down the road basically lose everything. There's nothing worse than that kind of feeling right there where you just don't know what's going to happen. You have so much uncertainty, and I've never had the possibility of a game just getting straight up ripped off of me. And I bought Anthem back in the day, and let's just not even talk about that. But this would have been a horrible instance for everybody. And thankfully, every single Helldiver band together, review bombed, made the statements loud and clear. This was not what anybody wanted. So I'm going to say thank you to everybody in the Helldivers community. This is a huge success. This is a huge win, not only for all the Helldivers out there, but for gamers in general. This is a big triumph over the fact of overturning something that more than likely, I mean, time and time again, we've seen before, more than likely, this would not be something that would end up getting stopped. There's been so many other companies that just completely police this and force the policy every single time. But we were actually able to overturn this one. And I gotta give credit where credit is due, as there's no doubt in my mind that Arrowhead Studios went to bat for every single Helldiver out there. They went and probably talked to Sony for multiple different instances on trying to make sure that this would not be something that would get implemented, or if there was some possible way to get a workaround with this. And thankfully they were able to actually create this meeting point to be able to give everybody the access that they'd had since the beginning of the game. And there's nothing better than that moment. And it makes me feel as though I put my money in the right team to make sure that I'm basically funding a game that ultimately is run by a bunch of people that just really do want to make a solid game and continue to build upon it and make it into the best thing that they can possibly make it into. And so far, I mean, there's ups and downs when it comes down to the patches and how they've worked around it, but overall, I can't doubt their dedication when it comes to the community and their dedication to doing everything that they can do in order to make this game everything that they want it to be and what the community wants it to be. But so far, I am quite pleased with how things have been going, and I am very happy to see that everybody basically got what they wanted in the end out of this situation. Even though it seemed very dark and bleak, and the possibility of basically losing a large portion of the player base was basically afoot. It seemed like it was about to go in that direction, but it's funny. Somehow, in almost like a miracle way, Sony decided that they were going to make the right move, which nobody thinks ever is going to happen inside of the gaming community at this point. The amount of times we've seen publishers basically just twist every single game that they owned like it's a rag, trying to get every single drop of water out of it, and then just toss it to the side and basically just sell you a product that almost barely makes the bare minimum. It's pretty frustrating to see these days, but who knows? Maybe this is a turning of the leaf. Maybe the passing of the torch is happening and we can see a new dawn start up for the gaming industry. Now, that's a bit of wishful thinking, and hopefully I'm right about that, but overall, we all know there's going to be more BS in the future, and hopefully it won't be inside of Helldivers 2, or at least if there is any BS, then hopefully it's just a few bugs that may come with some of the new content, which Obviously, it's going to happen from time to time. We just can't avoid that with most of these games. You can test all that you'd like, but you can never test everything to the fullest that you can when it comes to just releasing it to the entire player base. There's no doubt about that, but overall, this is one of those moments where thankfully this giant catastrophe didn't get swept under the rug. It got cleaned up quite nicely, even though there is still one thing out there, or at least at the time of recording this video, as far as I know, the 177 countries that got restricted from buying this game are still restricted as of right now. Hopefully they end up reverting that, so all of those people, if they did get refunds, can now still buy that game. Hopefully there's not going to be some hoopla where you just don't have to actually sign into it, but they're not going to revert the actions to give other people the access. I don't believe that's going to be the case. I believe they're just taking their time and they're about to revert all of those in the coming day. But let's keep our fingers crossed that they basically, dot their I's and cross all their T's. But thank you again, Helldivers community. You have all come together to make sure that every Helldiver can continue to keep diving into this game and continue pushing on for managed democracy. What a beautiful day it is, and hopefully, with this new war bond coming up, it'll get even better for us as the content starts to flow in. Hopefully it's not that bad. Let me know how you feel down in the comments below about the new war bond. But also, let me know down in the comments below how you felt about this whole controversy. Are you fully relieved by this? Do you have some, renewed hope when it comes to the gaming industry? I'm not fully renewed on it. I believe there's still some trouble that'll probably rear its ugly head in the future, as there's just no doubt we can't avoid it. There's going to be some other debacle that'll come about, but hopefully it won't be within Helldivers 2. It'll just be with something like, dumb Ubisoft, which seems to keep doing dumb things. Maybe they'll learn off of this. Maybe they'll learn from Sony to not be, basically giving the runaround on all their customers. But that's just my personal opinion. And yet again, this will be the end for it. Bit of a short video. Just had to get that knowledge out there. But hopefully this has benefited quite a few people and some of the people that have subscribed to the channel. I don't know how many of you guys were possibly in some of those countries affected, but I'm happy to know that every one of you will still be able to dive in with the rest of us and continue to actually progress into this story campaign and see Super Earth to its finest moments. But if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, hit that subscribe button, and if you'd like to see some of this content live, hit that link down in the description. Follow me over at Twitch. We'll be streaming daily. But on that note, have a good one.